Hi. So, it was Robert Mugabe who said during the fireside chat that, well, first of all, he described cloud to a 10-year-old, which was the most beautiful way that cloud could have ever been defined to me. And to further this conversation, I would like to invite a panel with me to talk about innovating at scale. It's very critical that with the SACCOs being what they are, being as collaborative as they are, and being such a huge part of our financial inclusion, that we include tech. And this would be the people who would incorporate tech into the SACCO space. So tell us, while you introduce yourselves, how you have incorporated Gen Z into your plans when it comes to technology.
Thank you, Carol. Tom KImani is my name. I'm co-founder and MD of Presta Technologies. At Presta, that is our core mission. We assist SACCOs in this process of digitizing so that they can be able to attract more and more Gen Z members. So from the loan process to how you join as a member, all these things is what we do.
Hey, Tom, I don't envy your deliverables. You seem to be rather strict. Yeah. So how do you manage as a third party, because you're considered the biggest risk because you're the third party? How do you protect this identity, this data? How do you make sure that there's enough security that you've created a fence around his people and your people?
Yeah, so one of the things about data security is the first thing is education. Yeah. Because the perception out there about cybersecurity and the cybersecurity incidences that happen is that some foreigners or some Chinese or whatever seated somewhere are transferring money from your accounts generally. So and in reality, cybersecurity incidences in Kenya is purely majority of the incidences are purely a collision. So you find a collision between a previous vendor and a new vendor. There's a lot of collision outside there, and that even makes our job of selling quite hard, because what happens is everyone, especially the SACCOs that are down there, they don't understand these risks that exist. So the first thing, as I will say, is I believe we need to do a lot of education. For example, vendors or telcos that these SACCOs connect to, like Safaricom and the SASAPs, they need to educate these SACCO leaders on the potential risks that exist. Yeah, and that the risks are not really from outside, foreign kind of risk. The risk actually exists inside. Nasemanga nini nguruwe jikaranga na mafuta yake. Yeah, actually that is the biggest risk. That's the biggest education that we need to provide. I'm glad that there is a lot of work that even Safaricom is doing from ensuring that transactions are authenticated. When transactions are going out, they make sure that it's actually a valid transaction, a transaction coming from the SACCO. So yeah, so the answer to answer your question is a lot of education is needed, and so that we identify these risks. So even not only on the IT level, even at the board level, they need to understand the risk, where the risks actually exist. And once you've seen those risks, then you put in measures to counter the risks.
Can you walk me through a typical onboarding process once someone has partnered with you and you want to bring them to your side and you want to make sure that all of the things you just said are implemented and everything is hunky-dory? Walk me through the process.
So one of the things that we do first, like right now, we have a very interesting partnership. We are digitizing over 1,500 border SACCOs in Kenya. And what we've realized is that first, you have to convince the board, the people who are called the board, and most of them, the education is not as par. So you can imagine to to an IT manager like my colleague at Safaricom, he understands. Yeah, in fact, there is an IT department. So imagine walking to a SACCO that has no IT department. So yeah, so in terms of onboarding, what we do is one, we don't hold any value for, as a technology provider. So we set up wallets for this SACCO. And to set up wallets basically means that we onboard, we tell the SACCO to get their own pay bills. So for receiving money and for disbursing money. So we onboard their customers, we onboard their loans, we set them on USSD, we give them an app. So there's a whole journey of bringing a SACCO that was non-digital to digital. And while we say that, you see the big SACCOs have the budgets and everything they can afford, but you will find a SACCO somewhere in Eldoret. It has over, let's say, 800 members, yeah, and an asset of like 80 million. And these guys have been relying on Excel and an administrator and maybe 2 officials, yeah. So I'm telling you, there is work, that there's a lot of education that we end up doing to educate these people in terms of, and everyone, talk to everyone, they will, hizi maneno za IT ndio hizi ndio zitatuweka matatani. So and we do a lot of education to make sure that they understand fast at the senior management level, at the management level, at the management bit, so that they are able to understand how to transition to basically mobile services.
You must have been summoned by a few boards in your time to explain to them what kind of value are we getting out of this. How do you explain this value to them, and how do you tell them it will also have value in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years down the line?
Yeah, I think you precisely put it right. Yeah, like we recently, as late as last month, we launched a very innovative solution with one of our clients, where their members can be able to trade shares among themselves. And we realized that I think even you've seen in the papers, one of the biggest pain of being a SACCO member is exiting. Yeah,
people never expect you to leave.
Not even that. When you see in a SACCO setup, shares are not withdrawable.
True.
So what happens is you have to sell. You have to find someone to sell. Okay, and sometimes you might be in a very serious emergency that you need to sell that particular shares. Yeah. So what happens is, before you find someone else who can buy your shares, it becomes a very difficult job. And you find that SACCOs today pay very good returns, even better than so many NSE companies. There are many investors out there who will quickly buy some Safaricom shares that is on urgent sale, but there is no platform to do that. So you see, the thing is, the beauty, what I've learned with SACCOs and SACCO boards is, as long as you do what you promise you do, convincing them is, they build trusts slowly. And then over time now, as you said, you have to explain the return on investment. What is it, the real value to the member? And yes, there will be early adopters, and some of them actually take a bit of time to jump on board. But yes, there is serious work that we need. We need collaboration with the IT managers, the board members, convincing them that there is value in what you're offering.
Amazing. So much. This has been a riveting conversation. To wind up, just 1 minute, say, what do you think you have done to contribute to the SACCO space as a professional or as a person when it comes to your skills? Tom?
So for me, I think what my major contribution has been is we've managed to unlock new revenues for a lot of our clients, SACCO clients. You find that a lot of SACCOs were very traditional before. So what happens is they didn't know that they could build a product that will allow their members get short-term products. And once they embraced, it became a new revenue line, performing better than some of the traditional products. So for me, and I think the biggest contribution we want to do to the industry is to show the SACCOs the potential market that is out there that they are not getting just by not adopting technology.